Oh, what's up, guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we are reacting to a video that popped up in my feed, which is very interesting because two things called my attention. First of all, the thumbnail, obviously the title and the thumbnail, which is this over here, MatPat 2028. Now, I don't know what that is about. Haven't heard any of that in the news. And then the other thing is this video is blowing up right now. This channel is called More Revenue, and it's got 1.1 thousand subscribers. So if the video has like 188K, it means the video is quite good. So go check out the channel and go support it as well. 1.1 thousand subscribers for a video that's almost 200K. I guess, you got to support it. It looks like it's a good video. It has 11,000 likes too. But without further ado, let's check it out. Guys, I'm live right now on Twitch as well. So let's see what this is all about. And is MatPat is MatPat seriously running for president or not? Let's see.
MatPat just shook the internet and announced his entry into US politics. But what is he doing? People in the replies of this tweet are visibly excited, but understandably confused. Some people even think that this is the start of his campaign for presidency, and while it's not at that level yet, the reality is that it can absolutely be the start of an ambitious political career. My name is Renew, and if you find this breakdown helpful, remember to leave a like and subscribe for more stories like this. Let's break down exactly what's going on and get right into it. Now, if you...
Okay, first of all, MatPat is one of the legends of YouTube, right? Game theory, and all the theory channels. And then he made headlines saying that he was going to stop doing YouTube. So it's pretty interesting to see what he's doing with his life right now. I know he's still producing for the channels, but let's see. I think he's going to explain who MatPat is right now.
If you don't know, MatPat is one of YouTube's largest creators. He's most known for his 19.6 million subscriber channel, The Game Theorist, but he's not just a silly gaming YouTube channel. He owns and manages several other channels about topics like film, food, and style. So what is MatPat doing? MatPat is helping to launch a bipartisan caucus within the House of Representatives, the Creator Caucus. That's a lot of words, but let's break it down slowly. So what's important to note is that this is bipartisan, meaning that it intends to and has the support of both major political parties within the United States, that being the Democrats and the Republicans. And we have good reason to believe it's bipartisan too, because this press conference was jointly held notably by Beth Van Duyne and Yvette Clarke. These are congresswomen who are within the House of Representatives, who are in charge of making laws and policies and getting them to pass through Congress. So,
do you think that works? Like, do you think each side, they can reach a consensus or no? Because I feel like nowadays, every time you talk about politics, it's either one-sided or people are getting angry, and it's all about the debate, whoever wins the debate. But it's really nice. It really fits Matt's personality to kind of like find the middle ground. He's very grounded with the things he does.
So what is a caucus? A caucus within the House of Representatives is a group of lawmakers who share a common interest or policy goal. Caucuses consist of lawmakers in Congress. These are formal members, and they're meant to represent the interests of certain people, and in this case, content creators. They work with outside stakeholders like MatPat and Steph in order to be better informed on topics that interest content creators so that they can better represent them. So what topics and issues are important to the Creator Caucus? In the video, MatPat talks about the following issues:
online privacy, responsible use of AI, addictive algorithms, protection of children on the internet, the list goes on and on.
He makes a case that content creators have had direct contact with issues that actually affect pretty much everyone within the United States in this age of the internet. Think about DMCA,
think about the Copyright Act, DMCA, bro. Oh man, I've been thinking about it for the past 5 years. Dang, there needs to be some kind of middle ground. Because honestly, I have been talking about this for a whole long time, and it's absolutely insane. I've been hit with DMCA's like for the past 5 years, every single day. It's crazy. He did mention something about AI, which is going crazy nowadays. Also, we don't know what's real, what's not. It's taking a lot of jobs from people who are artists, people even like nowadays we get vloggers that are AI generated. So there needs to be some kind of obviously I don't think AI will ever replace humans. I don't think so. But still, if we need banners, AI is there for that. So it's kind of like it is complicated because editors are at risk of losing their jobs.
Digital Millennium Copyright Act and how it was passed in 1998 and is still active today. Think about all the issues that have come with it and the legal battles that have fought about it within just YouTube alone. Now you might be thinking, does the CEC represent me, the viewer? Yes and no. The Creator Economy Caucus, by its name, is meant to represent the interests of content creators. This might mean things like raising awareness on certain issues like how content creators might want to be included under the no tax on tips clause, or
no tax
fairer
on
revenue
tips
splits from major platforms, or maybe a redraft of the DMCA. On its face, their job.
Yeah, because back then, the DMCA was different. Nowadays, we have, I think, especially Instagram and Facebook, we have old ladies being DMCA striked for sharing a video that they love. I've seen that so many times because people just want to share a video. They post it on their Instagram and their page is taken down because they shared a video. It is absolutely insane what is going on with that because it's crazy to think that you get a video that is on YouTube and then you kind of share it on your platform and then people find that to be copyright infringement, which is crazy to me. I know that there is a gray area in my line of work where I react to videos. So a lot of people think that is copying a video, but it is constituted as fair use, but people have different ideas of what fair use is. So it's crazy to think about it. But we're not talking about that right now. Let's see what MatPat can do for us.
Is to let the House know exactly what content creators think about certain laws being passed. But MatPat specifically names issues that content creators have had direct contact with, so like online privacy, AI, protecting children on the internet, like I mentioned before. If you're watching this video, then that means you're on the internet. You consume content every minute you are online almost. So chances are this directly impacts you. Having freedom on the internet, artists competing against AI, your little brother, sister, cousins, or your child spending too much time on TikTok or YouTube and rotting their brain. All of these are issues that people online are very likely to have a deep interest in. On its most fundamental level, this will directly influence the content creators that you subscribe to, and so it will absolutely influence the content that you consume. The outreach is massive. Now you might be thinking, why do content creators matter? Aren't they just a disruptive group of people on the internet making clickbait and doing anything for views? Well, no.
Absolutely not. I know that there are some crazy people out there. They used Speed in this as a reference, but Speed has brought so many good things. Look at his vlog about China, for example, which was very, very widespread. A lot of people started looking at China differently after the what he did there. Not only China, but other countries like Indonesia, for example, which is his most viewed live stream. He has been showing us unfiltered documentaries, for example. Not documentaries, documentation, video documentation of countries, unfiltered, just, interacting with people out there. Of course, he does have his clippable moments because he is absolutely insane, but brings good.
Content creators aren't just this colorful cast of people you see on online platforms. With a significant following, they're independent small business owners on its face, producing merchandise and providing effective outlets for advertisers to put their brand on. Not only that,
it drives the
large enough
economy.
creators hire people from video editors to cameramen to technical and production engineers that can manage a live stream. According to 2024 US YouTube Impact Report, YouTube's creative ecosystem contributed $55 billion to the US GDP, supporting the equivalent of 490,000 full-time jobs in the United States, and that's only what YouTube sees. The potential for Creator Caucus is huge. If the House and other political figures regard it seriously, then you have to think about the kind of soft power and influence that MatPat will have and the other content creators that he lets in on the operation. Political candidates and representatives can theoretically get free advertising and outreach using his platform.
And it's about time. It's about time we have one of ours there. It's about time we have like a young, you know, creator, someone from the digital space to advocate for us as well. You know, people who don't ask if Facebook has access to the Wi-Fi network, people who don't ask those type of questions, you know, or if headphones can read your thoughts, stuff like that. You know, we need young people representing us and understanding what we go through to. And I hope MatPat does a great job. I hope he doesn't like turn on us. You know, I've seen so many big YouTubers also copyright striking, you know, smaller YouTubers, while they actually do the same reaction content, which is crazy.
Honest, before this, have you ever heard of Beth Van Dyne or Yvette Clarke? Probably not, but
Nope.
Now their names are on your radar, and that's exactly the kind of influence creators can have. This one tweet over the announcement of a political caucus that half the people replying don't even know what a political caucus is has over 11 million views at the time of writing.
Dang.
How many people other than
15 million
MatPat
views.
have a way to get that many people to watch one thing? Imagine if he was announcing a campaign to become US president. The internet would explode. The CEC's
Not only that, I mean, he can have like a group of people also that, you know, helps him with that. But we have seen, like, I think it was last year, we saw news and rumors of maybe Mr. Beast potentially one day trying for presidency. He does have that in his mind. And I think that would be so crazy. But I think Mr. Beast might want to wait for his audience to reach voting age. And then I think it would be an easy win for him.
main prerogative is to educate lawmakers on the issues that matter to creators, and the issues that matter to creators can be the issues that matter to you. Actually, it absolutely would be, because you consume a lot of the content on the internet. Creators can gauge their community's concerns through metrics like watch time and engagement, data that can offer real insight into what online audiences care about. If you're an artist or video editor, script writer, cameraman, or just someone who posts things online, and if you receive just a single penny from ad revenue, this matters to you. The potential for the CEC's outreach is enormous, and the amount of influence they can hold over lawmakers is potentially scary, but hopefully the fact that this group is intended to be bipartisan will mean that it involves itself directly related to issues on digital media or the creator ecosystem, so that creators everywhere and their audience can feel like they have a say in politics. What I really like about this move personally is that it can inspire generations of people to have an actual interest in politics and how we make our laws and how they can become active within this sort of realm. So final question, which I said I would answer in the beginning, is MatPat running for president? No. But notably, this could be the humble beginnings of a political career. Most politicians begin by championing a niche issue and founding advocacy coalitions, caucuses, or nonprofits. Examples include Elizabeth Warren, who eventually helped create the CFPB before running the Senate, or Andrew Yang, who ran a nonprofit and advocated for UBI, Universal Basic Income, before running in the Democratic Party presidential primary of 2020. So you never know. He could be setting all that up, but that's just a theory, a game theory, if you will. If you found this breakdown helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos on interesting topics like this. My name is Rednew, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. MatPat.
Oh, that's a great video by Rednew. Whiplash said in the in the chat right here. Very well spoken, indeed. A very well spoken and interesting and informative video. So if you liked the video, obviously go check out his channel and check out his other videos, because it was very interesting, very informative. It's blowing up right now, and you know, I think for a small channel like 1.1 thousand subscribers, that is actually a shame and very, you know, underrated. Needs more subs here, so go check him out, guys. In terms of influencers, do you guys think, and would you vote? Do you think it's a good idea, and would you vote for influencers going into politics? We have seen so many influencers mention politics and get into politics without actually running for a chair or, you know, a position in politics. But we have seen so many influencers out there talk about this, give their opinion. You know, they're already politically inclined, and they are obviously they have like an opinion, and they obviously do talk about politics to some extent, which also ends up leading their younger audiences to be interested in politics and stuff like that. So do you think it's a good idea if they go full out like MatPat is doing and get more involved in actually not only talking about politics, but getting into the work of politics and the role that they would have in a government? Is that a good idea? Would you vote for them? Or do you think oh, they're just influencers, they should stick to what they're doing, you know, videos on the internet? Because unfortunately, we do have that type of taboo, and we do have that type of prejudice still with influencers. I myself, I'm an English teacher reacting to videos. I might say I feel like I'm retired from teaching, just a little bit. But it is kind of my moving out of one profession and trying out another profession. It's been going so well. But at the end of the day, not all influencers are just kids making videos on the internet. Some of us, you know, do have some education, and some of the kids that started young, they are pursuing education. So basically, it's just not fair to think, oh, these influencers, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know anything about their lives, because they got successful very early by playing video games or stuff like that. Because many of them out there are seeking education, and many of them do have a very big potential of being great businessmen and, who knows, a political figure. With that said, the name influencer itself says it all. If you are able to influence other people, you're able to move votes and bring change to the world, as long as you're doing something for the good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Go over to my Twitch to watch me live. Go over to More Retinue. Wait, if it's More Retinue, then he must have another channel, right? Yeah, go check him out. Click over here if you want to request a video. Click over here if you want to see more news videos. Take care. Bye-bye.